Hello YouTube, it's Langsta here, and this week we're going to be making something which I've been really looking forward to, the crispy cheese pizza. Before we get started, if you haven't already, please do follow me on Twitter at langsta_l and have a look at my Patreon account, which is in the top right corner, where you can donate any amount of money you want, starting from $1 to unlimited. And all the money donated will be used to help me with my ingredients buying. Now the ingredients will be popping up on the screen, and as you can see, we are making everything from scratch, except for the cheese. I'm not too sure we can make the cheese at home. And now without further ado, let's get to the cooking. First up, measure out the flour and put it into a big mixing bowl. Add in the yeast, salt, and mix it all together. After doing so, add the room temperature water and mix it thoroughly with a spatula. Once it's mixed thoroughly, start kneading it with your hands until it forms a nice ball of dough. After you're happy with how the dough looks, cover it with a moist towel and let it rest for 30 minutes for it to rise. While you're letting it do its thing, let's make the passata sauce. Firstly, prepare the ingredients, wash the tomatoes, and then crush the garlic and dice it. Next, cut off half an onion and chop it into rough pieces. It doesn't really matter what size they are, as long as they're small enough. To prepare the tomatoes for the sauce, just boil them until their skin starts peeling, and then remove immediately into cold water. Then peel off the skin and they're ready to be used. Now onto the sauce. First, heat up a saucepan at a temperature of 7 out of 9 or a medium-high heat. Add some olive oil, and when it's hot, add in the onions. Fry them until they become translucent. Next, add in the garlic and give that a quick fry for about 1 minute. After that, add in the tomatoes, some hot water, then add the oregano, salt, pepper, and dried parsley. Give it a good stir, add in the fresh basil leaves, and blitz it all together. If you don't have one of these handy little blenders, just use your spatula or a wooden spoon to squish the tomatoes. Once you've pureed the tomatoes, let it cook for about 10 minutes, at a heat of 5 out of 9 or a medium heat. Next, filter the sauce so that you get just the puree, the passata sauce. Push all the mixture through a fine sieve. Once that is done, return it to the saucepan and let it reduce for about 5 to 10 minutes. In the meantime, let's check up on our dough. Cut it in half and form them into round balls folding in on themselves. Let them rest for about 20 minutes to half an hour. Once you're happy with the consistency of the passata sauce, just pour in some extra virgin olive oil and let it rest. After your dough has grown even more, flatten it with your knuckle in the middle outwards, and then using your hands, gently pull the pizza dough until it forms the generic pizza shape. Once that is done, just use the knuckle of your thumb to form the outside crust. Once Once that is done, transfer it to your baking tray. For me, I forgot until later, so after you've transferred it to the baking tray, pour on the extra virgin olive oil and your own homemade passata sauce. Spread it around the pizza finely. Don't put too much on, otherwise the flavour will be too overpowering. Italian cooking is all about simple and clean flavours. This is when I remembered I needed to put it on the baking tray, so here we are. Next, cover it generously with grated Parmesan cheese. You can adjust this to however much flavour you want. Then tear off little bits of mozzarella cheese and spread them across the pizza. Around this time you should preheat your oven to about 210 degrees Celsius. Then put on some fresh basil leaves. You can place them however you want, however I tried to put them just as they were on the picture from Final Fantasy 15. And finally, drizzle on some extra virgin olive oil and place it in the middle of your preheated oven. Bake it for about 10 to 12 minutes, or until the cheese is melted.
Okay, so first let's just address the elephant in the room. Yes, my hair is gone. So it's summer over here in England and it is absolutely mediocre. When I had my haircut on Saturday, it was about 27 degrees, but now it's back to like 22 degrees again. So it's actually getting colder and colder after I've had my haircut, which is really against the whole cutting my hair short for summer kind of vibe. It was time for me to cut my hair anyway, so meh. Now, this week we have made the crispy cheese pizza. Ta-da! And it smells gorgeous. So, I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite. Oh. So that cheese and the basil hits you first thing. And the sauce, it's so flavorful. Oh yeah. The bottom layer is really crispy. Then in the middle, you have the soft, fluffy dough. And on the top, the amazing sauce and the cheese. Oh yeah. So just one piece is never enough for pizza. So I'm gonna go ahead and take another piece. So flavorful. And the cheese. And really, the extra virgin olive oil is just beautiful. It's so rich and flavoursome. Absolutely amazing. I really could have another 2-3 slices easily. So for Noctis's team, one slice really is not enough. That's probably why it's a free recipe, because seriously, you can't be full on just one slice. So I've always wanted to make my own pizza from scratch, and now I have. And it's actually a really rewarding experience when you knead the dough and when you know, into the circle, press it into a circle. And then when you put on all the sauce, oh, that homemade that homemade passata sauce was absolutely amazing. So flavorful. Definitely try that out. I really need another slice. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. For those of you who haven't subscribed and this is your first video, please do subscribe and like this video if you haven't already. And comment below to let me know how you feel. And thank you so much for all you Twitter fans who have been cooking and showing me your results, because they are absolutely amazing. Here are some right now. For all of you on Patreon, thank you so much for your support. It's been extremely helpful, and you'll be glad to know that you've actually managed to pay off this whole pizza. So I really hope that you have a wonderful week, and I shall see you next week when I will be making another mystery dish. And so until next week, Bye bye.